All right, hello everybody. Thanks for taking the time to join me. My name's Laura Boone. We're talking about ISTE, Standards for Educators. Our focus today is going to be a Standard 1 learner. As we get started, grab a piece of paper and draw a vertical and a horizontal line on the paper in order to divide it into 4 quadrants for taking notes. If you need to pause the video and come back, do so, because I'm going to jump right in and share with you the learner standard statement. Now, the learner standard statement says that educators are continually improving their practice in a couple ways. They are learning from and with others. They are also exploring proven and promising practices, and they're doing that in order to leverage technology specifically to improve student learning. So there are 3 key areas of focus. So what I'd like for you to do before we dive into the indicators is pause this video, and in quadrant 1 of the paper that you have for notes, I would like you to jot down some ways that you are doing these 3 things, that you are learning with and from others about how to improve practice, what kind of proven and promising practices you are looking at, and how you think that these things will allow you to leverage technology to improve student learning. So pause the video, and after you've taken those notes down, come right back to us because we are going to dive into the indicators. All right, now I'm going to talk about standards indicators 2.1.a. There's 3 of them. And the first one is that as learners, we are sure to set professional learning goals. Now, as you read the description on the slide, I'm going to point out a couple of notes. When we're setting these professional learning goals, the professional learning goals are as learners, not as leaders. The leader standard is going to talk to how we integrate these as educators, but here we're talking about how we as ourselves are learners. So when we're setting these professional learning goals, we are exploring different approaches made possible by technology, yes, but they are through the lens of how we grow our practice and our base of knowledge. So what I would love for you to do, please, is go into quadrant 2, pause the video again, and jot down some notes for yourself about what kind of professional learning goals you've set for yourself that are you-centered, learner-centered, not the ones that are leader or teacher-centered, because we want to know what kind of things that you're doing to grow yourself. So that's what you're going to write in quadrant 2. Pause and come back. All right, looking at the second indicator, the next thing that we do as professional learners is we pursue our professional interests by creating and actively participating in both local and global networks. It's often easy as an educator to become a little bit siloed and to lose some of the focus on growing with and helping others to grow as well. So through the second indicator, professional learners pursue those professional interests by participating actively in local and global networks. This means the actively means it's more than once, it's not a one-off, and local and global means that we're not just talking to our teaching team, we are getting out there and seeing what else is out there that people are doing. So for quadrant 3, do me a favor, pause the video, jot down some of the things in quadrant 3 that you are doing to pursue your professional interests and actively participate, both receiving and providing information to others on best practices. And welcome back. The last one is indicator 2.1.c, which says that as professional learners, we stay current with research that supports improved student learning outcomes, including findings from learning sciences. Now, the thing to note of importance here is we are staying current with research. We say findings from learning sciences, which means that we're looking at peer-reviewed, evidence-based research. But what that does not mean is that we ignore the other cool new stuff that's out there as well. So we want to definitely check out the blogs about what kind of cool practices teachers are trying out. And we want to balance those with evidence-based, peer-reviewed, time-tested, and vetted research. So for quadrant 4, pause, tell us what you're doing in that area, or tell your notes actually, is what you're going to do. And then come right back for a wrap-up. All right, so you have, as we've talked to, 3 different indicators that are going to talk about how you as a professional educator are learning and growing yourself. Lastly, here you can see on the screen some notes that others have shared as to the benefits that they've experienced from focusing on the learner standard. Thanks for taking the time to join me today. I look forward to chatting with you again soon to discuss other educator standards.